Hey guys, today I'm going to show you how to replace the high pressure fuel pump from this Mercedes A-Class with the M270 engine. One of the most common symptoms of a bad high pressure fuel pump is misfire codes. Also a check engine light for a low pressure inside the fuel rail. Since this engine is direct injected, it has as well a fuel pressure sensor right on the fuel rail. So that's how you can get a trouble code with a check engine light if the fuel pressure is not high enough. Here is the high pressure fuel pump, and you'll notice that it's right on top of the intake camshaft. The camshaft will have a lobe which will push the high pressure fuel pump piston in and out at a very high speed, and that's how the fuel is getting pressurized through this line and it's sending it further on the fuel rail. So as you can see, we've got this wiring harness right on the way. So as you can see, we've got this wiring harness in the way, and we need to take it out in order to be able to disconnect the high pressure fuel line from here. So all this wiring harness is connected on the valve cover through this bolt. We've got one more down here and one more down there. In order to not lose the bolt, I'm gonna hold the magnet right on the bolt. Now I have enough space to put my wrench under here and open basically a similar nut like this one. Here it comes. Now this nut is loosened. Let's do the same with the top one. This is the high pressure line. On the side here there is a solenoid which will allow the pressure from the first fuel pump to be sent into the high pressure fuel pump and get pressurized. I have now a lockable plier on the fuel line. It will stop any fuel coming in. And let's disconnect this high pressure fuel pump from here. You can see the piston that's pushed in and out by the camshaft lobe inside there. Now before going ahead and replacing this high pressure fuel pump, it's important to test the low pressure fuel pump, or the first one which is in the fuel tank. So for that I've got here a fuel gauge. It's just a matter of finding the right adapters. Alright, so I finally found the right adapter for this extension. Now I'm going to connect this Schrader valve on. Now I will turn the key in the second position and you should see the fuel pressure rise to around 40 or 50 psi. Alright, so it actually exceeded the expectation. Usually on a regular car, 60 psi is when the car is running and idling, which means that the pump is getting the most power and there is less requirement of fuel pressure from the engine. So this is an evidence that the first fuel pump works well. So from this point, guys, it's all the matter of taking out this high pressure fuel pump. You disconnect this fuel line from here, you take out this one-time use hose clamp and replace your high pressure fuel pump. Also, if you don't see any signal on your scan tool from this pressure sensor, fuel pressure sensor, then go ahead and check it out as well. You want to inspect the connector, you want to inspect if this is connected, and you can do a short test as well, as I will show you right now. In order to test it, unplug the connector and with an adjustable wrench, I'm pretty sure you don't have the right size anyway, remove the sensor. And on the sensor you've got 4 pins, and with your voltmeter to 2 million ohms, connect one of the terminals on pin number 4, and you should have continuity between pin number 4 and pin number 3, also pin number 4 and pin number 1, also between pin number 3 and pin number 1, not pin number 2. Once you know there is continuity through these pins, you know that the sensor can read the pressure. Let's reconnect it and plug back the connector. Right, so if you have a look on the live data, you can see the fuel rail pressure while the car is idling. It's quite a huge pressure. And now what will happen if I accelerate, if I increase the RPMs? Well, that camshaft lobe will push the high pressure fuel pump a lot more, therefore creating more pressure. And therefore we should see a change in the pressure here. Let's see. So you can see how simple it is to check one component without even opening the hood. It goes to around 1000 kilopascals more. which is a good sign because that camshaft will spin faster, therefore pushing the high pressure fuel pump piston more faster and creating more pressure. So that's why you should see a little bit of increase in pressure, in the fuel rail pressure, when you increase the engine speed. Alright guys, that was pretty much it. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments below. Also, if you want to see more videos about this car, there is going to be a link in the description below with a playlist I made about it. Also, if you want to stay tuned and see more car repair videos from me, hit that subscribe button as well. And until next time, drive safe so I can see you in the next video.